Do you want to be happier in Christ every day? This devotional will help you achieve this as it invites you to begin your journey in the presence of Christ at the side of the Prince of Peace, learning from the Master the keys to life. Find Happiness in Christ by Sally Guardado. Good morning, dear friends. Today, January 6th, our devotional is entitled A Much Loved Nurse. And the king will say, I tell you the truth. When you did it to one of the least of these, my brothers and sisters, you were doing it to me. Matthew 25, verse 40. Her name means bee, her hard working like a bee, and she lived up to it with her diligent work. I'm talking about Deborah, who, according to Genesis 35, verse 8 and 24, verse 59, was Rebekah's wet nurse, the woman who always cared for her. In some English translations, the Bible verse says Rebekah's nurse, which can have the nuances of nurse, caregiver, nanny, assistant housekeeper. This character, who is mentioned only twice in the Bible, teaches us with her life of selfless service what our mission in the world is. When Jacob, son of Rebekah, returned to Canaan, Deborah went with him. She died at a very old age when she came to Bethel, and Jacob buried her under a very large tree called an oak. Such was Jacob's grief at Deborah's death that he named the place Allon Bacuth, which means a strong tree of weeping. Perhaps Jacob alluded to himself as a strong man who now mourned the death of the person who had witnessed his birth and cared for him in his childhood, youth, and part of his adult life. Today, nurses continue to perform Deborah's wonderful work like industrious bees. They are seen in the corridors of the clinic and hospitals, walking diligently, going in and out of one room, then another to change bedding, apply medications, bring a smile, relieve pain, and give hope to the sick and their families. They don't care if their feet are tired, their shoes worn, or their hair is fastened in a ponytail that's too tight. Even with all their personal burdens, wearing impeccable uniforms, they carry the motto of serving and caring. They get emotional when a diagnosis improves and cries when the shadow of death visits a hospital room. Do you know any nurses by profession? Take some time today to send them a message and tell them that you are grateful for their life of service to others. And even if your profession is very different from that of the nurses, you are still called to be a diligent bee, a modern day Deborah, ready to serve humanity with love, remembering that whatever you do to your neighbor, you will be doing to God Himself. Matthew 25:40. I'm happy to serve. And the king will say, I tell you the truth. When, when you did it to one of the least of these, my brothers and sisters, you were doing it to me.